Moments and seconds are crucial.
Oh, like we're talking minutes. And, you know, we see sometimes these videos, you hear about people having a heart attack, but then what happens once you're actually taken to the hospital? And I do have a sobering statistic for you to sort of put this into perspective. In the United States, someone has a heart attack every 40 seconds. That's according to the CDC. So what happens when you're under cardiac arrest and you get rushed in for surgery? I recently got a rare look at the cath lab at Abrazo West in the Valley where that man, Jeff Goss, was brought in last September.
Well, hello. Nice to see you.
It's a sweet reunion that almost never happened in the cath lab where doctors quite literally saved Jeff Goss's life.
It's really amazing. Actually, if you look at it, it's not what I thought it was going to look like at all.
Jeff and Michelle Goss recently reuniting with their cardiologist and the doctor who performed Jeff's emergency surgery.
This is the table where the patient lies, and that is the X-ray machine.
Here in the cath lab, most procedures are less invasive and they're urgent, like in Jeff's case when he wound up in the ER.
Jeff was in a lot of pain. He was anxious, and we brought him from the ER to the cath lab.
You're gray. Your color is gray right now.
An X-ray showed a total blockage in Jeff's largest artery, so the team went through Jeff's wrist to put in a stent. Less than an hour after Michelle called 911, the surgery was already done.
So when we go from the wrist, the chances of complication are less. The recovery is faster for the patient.
All of this equipment helps doctors when time is muscle.
Quicker we can come to the cath lab, we can save more heart muscle. And that is why it is important to recognize the signs and symptoms of the heart attack.
Does it feel like food stuff, or does it feel like yeah, sit down.
And Jeff's initial symptoms were subtle.
You know, it took me a long time into it before I realized he was having a heart attack. I mean, it took a good 5-7 minutes before he even said his chest hurt. So I was like, wow, like there were so many things leading up to it that I wish I had known.
Your chest hurt? Okay, I'm calling 911.
He was complaining, hey, I'm not feeling well. And she looked right at him and said, hey, you're gray, you're dusky, you're sweaty, you're nauseous. This is not right. This is not right. I'm going to call 911.
Staying proactive is key. And thankfully, everything Michelle did on this day brought the couple happily back to the cath lab now.
They saved my life. I mean, it's been really good. It really has.
I was happy to see him. Yeah, really happy to see him under different circumstances and be able to say thank you.
And those thank yous may never stop. Well, Jeff now sees his cardiologist every 3 months. Heart attack patients with stents are usually on blood thinners because when a stent is put in, it's like a roll of chicken wire. It takes about 6 months for it to grow and become part of the artery, so doctors have to make sure there are no complications. So it's one of those things, Scott and Tess, where you survive a heart attack, you're so thankful to be alive, but you have to be so careful about what you eat, about working out, all of the above. So the couple was just happy to kind of tell people like, hey, if you think something's wrong, call 911. If you have that pressure in your chest, we have more from the doctors on what to watch out for on our website as well, for sure.
It's amazing that, I mean, and so young, 52. You think, you know, older, and it can happen at any age. We've seen it, right?
And there's a lot that goes into it, you know, genetics, diet, you know, weight, all the above.
So is he good for the clear?
Yeah, so he's healthy. He has the stents put in. So again, he has to go back to the doctor every couple months. But I'm glad that you asked that, because that goes into our story that's going to air tomorrow. So what happens next after you have a heart attack? It can take months for you to feel confident and get back to your normal routine. Jeff had to go through months of cardiac rehab. We're going to show you how exercise physiologists actually help patients like him, not physically, but also mentally, because, you know, it can be really tough mentally to go through something so scary. So that's going to be tomorrow at 7:35.
And it is amazing how different it is now. My mom had a stent like maybe 15 years ago. You were explaining how the surgery happens through the wrist. It's just
through the
incredible.
wrist. Yep, at an hour. So, yep.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Whitney.
thanks,
We look
Whitney.
forward
That
to the story
was a
tomorrow.
really great story.